Hi guys! Continue tayo sa ating lesson. Ngayon is nasa grade 5 Math, quarter 4, module 7, lesson 1. So nasa module 7 na tayo, last na module na ito sa quarter 4. That is analyzing data obtained from experiment. Ngayon is pag-aaralan natin kung paano tayo mag-analyze ng data na na-obtained natin or nakuha natin sa ating mga experiment. So meron tayo ditong analyze data obtained from chance using experiments involving letter cards A to Z and number cards 0 to 20. Meron tayong example dito, alphabet cards of the same size and shape were put in a bag. 3 cards have letter M, 4 cards have letter A, 2 cards have letter T, and 1 card has letter H. So, i-analyze natin ang ating example. Meron tayong alphabet cards na magkapareho yung size at magkapareho yung shape na nilagay sa bag. Ang 3 cards daw ay letter M yung nakalagay. Ang 4 cards ay letter A ang nakalagay. Ang 2 cards naman ay letter T ang nakalagay at ang 1 card ay letter H ang nakalagay. So, kung isusulat natin siya, ang letter M is meron siyang ilang cards? 3. And then, ang letter A is meron siyang 4 na card. So, ang A is merong 4. And then, ang letter T is merong 2. So, ang T is 2. And then, ang H is 1. So, ang H is meron siyang 1 card. So, nilagay ito sa bag, itong mga cards na ito. Ngayon, pag-aaralan natin ang ating data sa pamamagitan ng pagsagot ng mga question na ito. So, meron tayong question dito. Number 1, what is the total possible outcomes? Okay, so ano yung total possible outcomes natin? Ano yung ibig sabihin ng total possible outcomes? Ang total possible outcomes is kung ilan sila lahat sa iyong experiment. So for example, si M, merong 3, si A, merong 4, si T, merong 2, at si H, merong 1. So para malaman mo kung ano yung total possible outcomes mo, i-total mo ito lahat. So meron tayong 3, meron tayong 4 equals 7, plus 2 equals 9, plus 1 equals 10. So, ibig sabihin, ang total possible outcomes natin is ito sila lahat at 10 sila. So, ang sagot natin dito sa number 1 is 10. Number 2, what is the probability of picking a? So, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 na question. So, ano yung probability na makakuha ka ng letter A or letter M or letter A, T, H, vowel, consonant, at J. So, isolve natin siya. Paano natin isolve ang probability na makakuha ka ng letter M? Napag-aralan natin sa previous lesson natin ang formula sa pagkuha ng probability is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes. So, meron na tayong total number of possible outcomes which is 10 kasi ito lahat is 10 and the number of favorable outcomes ibig sabihin kung ilan yung or kung ano yung gusto mong makuha na resulta divide sa kung ilan lahat ang kasali sa iyong experiment. Okay, so ito yung formula na gagamitin natin. Probability is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes. Letter A tayo. So, what is the probability of picking a card with letter M? So, ano kaya yung probability na makakuha tayo ng card na letter M sa bag? Ilan yung letter M natin dito? 3. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating favorable outcomes is 3. So, 3 over, ilan sila lahat? 10. So, 3 over 10 or 3 of 10. Ang sagot natin dito sa letter A. Letter B naman, card with letter A. So, ano yung probability na makakuha tayo ng letter A na card? So, ilan yung letter A natin dito? 4. So, ibig sabihin, 4 of 10 or 4 over 10 or i-reduce natin siya into lowest term. So, magiging si 4 at si 10 pwedeng i-divide sa 2. So, 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. Divide and over 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So, ang sagot natin sa letter B is 2 over 5 or 2 of 5. Letter C, card with letter T. So, ilan yung letter T natin? 2. So, ibig sabihin, 2 over 10 or i-reduce natin into lowest term. So, pwede silang ma-divide 2 sa 2. So, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. over 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So, ang probability na makakuha tayo ng letter T is 1/5 or 1 of 5. Letter D, card with letter H. So, ilan yung H natin? Isa. So, ibig sabihin, ang total favorable outcomes natin is 1. And then, ang total possible outcomes is 10. So, 1 over 10 or 1 of 10. And then letter A, card with a vowel. So, sa card natin dito, ilan yung vowel natin? Sa letter A. At sa letter A is 4. So, ibig sabihin, ang total favorable outcomes natin is 4. So, that is 4 over the total possible outcomes na 10. So, 4 over 10. So, i-reduce natin into lowest term. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. And then 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So, 2 over 5 or 2 of 5. Sa letter F naman, what is the probability of picking a card with a consonant? So, ilan yung consonant natin dito? Meron tayong M, meron tayong T, at meron tayong H. Ilan yung M natin? 3. Ang T natin is 2, so 5 na. And then ang H is 1. So, that is 6. So, 3 plus 2 equals 5 plus 1 equals 6. So, that is 6 over 10. Or, i-reduce natin siya into lowest term. So, pwede silang ma-divide sa 2. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3 over 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So, 3 over 5 or 3 of 5. Card with letter J. So, ano kaya ang probability na makakuha tayo ng letter J? Meron ba tayong letter J sa ating given or sa ating favorable outcomes? Wala. So, ibig sabihin 0 over ilan yung favorable outcomes natin? 10. So, over 10 or 0 of 10. Oh, ayaw na magsulat. 0 over 10 or 0 of 10. Ngayon naman, tapos na tayo sa letters. So, punta tayo sa numbers. I-analyze natin ang ating data dito. Meron tayong mga numbers sa card. So, meron tayong 5, 9, 10, 18, 15, 5, 9, 5, 7, 20, 9, 5. So, ilan sila lahat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, ibig sabihin, ang total possible outcomes natin is 12 or 12 lahat ang kasali sa ating experiment. Now, if you pick each card above, what is the possibility of picking a card with number? Meron tayong 1 to 10. So, kapag nagkuha ka daw ng card dito sa taas, ano kaya yung probability na makakuha ka ng card na number 1? 5. So, ano yung probability na makakuha ka ng 5? I-count natin kung ilan yung 5. So, 1, 2, 3. So, ibig sabihin 3 ang ating 5. So, ang sagot natin dito is ang ating favorable outcomes is 3 over, ilan lahat itong ating numbers? 12. So, 3 over 12 or i-reduce natin into lowest term. So, pwede silang ma-divide pareho sa 3. So, 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1 over 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So, ang sagot natin sa number 1 is 1/4 or 1 of 4. Sa number 2 naman, 7. So, ilan yung 7 natin dito? 1. So, ibig sabihin, 1 of 12 ang sagot natin. And then, number 3, 25. Meron ba tayong 25 sa ating card? Wala. So, ibig sabihin, 0 over 12 or 0 of 12. Sa number 4 naman, 9. So, ilan yung 9 natin? 1, 2, 3. So, 3. So, 3 over 12 or i-reduce natin again into lowest term. I-divide natin sila pareho sa 3. So, 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1 over 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So, ang sagot natin sa number 4 is 1/4 or 1 of 4. Sa number 5 naman, 10. So, ilan yung 10 natin dito? 1. So, ibig sabihin, 1 lang yung favorable outcomes natin over the total possible outcomes na 12. So, 1/12 or 1 of 12. Sa number 6 naman, 15. So, ilan yung 15 natin? 1, 2. So, meron tayong dalawang favorable outcomes over the total possible outcomes na 12. Or, i-reduce natin siya into lowest term. So, si 2 at si 12, pwedeng ma-divide kay 2. So, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1 over 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. So, that is 1 of 6. And then number 7, 2. Ilan yung 2 natin dito? Meron ba tayong 2 sa ating given? Wala. So, ibig sabihin, 0 ang favorable outcomes dahil wala tayong 2 over the total possible outcomes na 12. So, ang sagot natin is 0 of 12. Sa number 8 naman, 18. So, ilan yung 18 natin dito sa ating cards? Isa. So, isa yung favorable outcomes over the total possible outcomes na 12. So, that is 1 of 12. Sa number 9 is 20. Ilan yung 20 natin sa ating cards? Isa din. So, that is isa ang favorable outcomes divided by or over the total possible outcomes na 12. So, 1 of 12 pa rin ang sagot natin. And then lastly, ang number 10 is 12. So, titingnan natin, meron ba tayong 12 sa ating cards? Wala. So, ibig sabihin, 0 ang favorable outcomes over 12 na total possible outcomes. So, that is 0 of 12. Okay, so ganyan lang kadali mag-analyze ng data obtained from the experiment. So, i-analyze nyo lang talaga ang data para masagutan nyo ang iyong mga question. Lesson 2 natin is solve routine and non-routine problems involving experimental probability. Sa pag-solve ng routine and non-routine problems, alam na natin na meron tayong 4 steps na pina-follow. First is understand, second is plan, third is solve, and fourth is check and look back. So ngayon is gagamitin na naman natin siya sa ating lesson. Meron tayong example dito. Carla had 3 different colored strips, blue, green, and red, placed in a box for her experiment. She picked a strip one at a time for 50 times. Then, tally the result. What is the probability of picking each color? So, si Carla, meron daw siyang tatlong magkaibang kulay na strips. That is, ang color is blue, green, at saka red. Tapos, nilagay niya sa box para sa kanyang experiment. Kumuha siya ng tig-iisa nito. Tapos, 50 times siyang kumuha sa kanyang strips galing sa box. So, ang kanyang result is gumawa siya ng tally ng kanyang result. Kada kuha niya, so ginagawa niya ng tally. And, ang question natin is, what is the probability of picking each color? So, ito yung tally ni Carla. Ang kanyang outcome is blue, green, at red. At ang number of strips na nakukuha niya sa kanyang box, ang blue is nakuha niya ng 27 times, ang green nakuha niya ng 15 times, at ang red nakuha niya ng 8 times. Ngayon, meron tayong mga question dito. So, meron tayong question number 1, 2, at 3. Sa question number 1, how many trials of picking a strip were made? Sa question number 2 naman, how many times was the blue strip picked? And then, ang third question, what is the experimental probability of picking a red strip? So, ang mga question na to, is sasagutan natin siya sa pamamagitan ng ating 4-step plan. So, magsisimula tayo sa, of course, sa understand. So, i-understand natin ang ating problem. Okay, so sa understand, meron tayong what is asked and then what are given facts. Okay, so what is asked? Ano yung tinatanong? Ito yung question natin na number 1, 2, and 3. So ito yung tinatanong or ito yung hinahanap or ito yung isosolve natin. And then, what are given facts? So what are given facts? 27 na blue strips. Ito yung given facts natin. 27 na blue strips. 15 na green strips at 8 na red strips. So, ito yung given natin dito. Step number 2 natin is plan. So, sa plan, what strategy did we use? So, ano yung strategy na gagamitin natin? Ang strategy na ginawa natin at gagamitin natin. So, the experiment of picking a strip, ang ginawa natin is ang experiment na mag-pick tayo ng strip sa box and then returning it to the bag. So, isosoli natin siya. Kapag nag-pick tayo, nire-record natin yun kung ano yung na-pick natin. And then recording the result and applying the formula. So ngayon, dahil naka-record na tayo, i-a-apply na natin ang ating formula para masagutan natin yung ating questions number 1 to 3. Ngayon is step 3 na tayo. So sa step 3 natin is solve. Ang isolve natin is itong question numbers 1 to 3 natin. Ang question number 1, how many trials of picking a strips were made? So, ilang trials tayo sa ating pag-pick ng strips? According to our data is 50 times. Kapag i-total mo din itong na-pick natin na strips, so 27 plus 15 plus 8, kapag i-add natin siya, 27 plus 15 plus 8. So, 7 plus 5 equals 12 plus 8 equals 20. Bring down 0, carry 2. 2, 4, 5. So, 5. So, 50 ang total na pag-pick natin sa ating strips. So, ibig sabihin, ang sagot sa question number 1 natin, how many trials of picking a strips were made? That is 50 trials. So, ito na yung sagot natin sa number 1. And then, ang question number 2, how many times was the blue strip picked? So, ilang times ba na-pick yung blue strip natin? Okay, titingnan natin ang ating data. So, sa ating data, ang blue strip na-pick siya ng 27 times. So, ang blue strip natin is na-pick siya ng 27 times. And then, ang question number 3 natin, what is the experimental probability of picking a red strip? So, isolve natin kung ano yung experimental probability na na-pick natin yung red strip. Sa pag-solve ng experimental probability, so ang ating formula is probability is equal to favorable outcomes divided by the total possible outcomes. Okay? So, probability, napag-aralan na natin ito sa ating previous lesson, is equal to favorable outcomes divided by the total possible outcomes. Ano yung favorable outcomes? Yun yung kung ano yung gusto mong mangyari. Divided by the total possible outcomes kung ilan yung kasali or sinali mo sa iyong experiment. So for example, itong question number 3 natin, what is the experimental probability of picking a red strip? So ilang times niya na pick ang red strip? 8 times. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung ating favorable outcome. So, probability red strip is equal to probability of red strip is equal to favorable outcomes. Ilan ulit siya? Ilang times siya na-pick? 8 times. Divided by ilang total possible outcomes or ilan sila lahat? Ilang trials ang ginawa mo? 50. So, divided by 50. So, probability of red strip is equal to 8 over 50 or 8 of 50. Pero, ang sagot natin, kailangan natin siyang i-reduce into lowest term. So, si 8 at si 50, pwede natin siyang ma-divide sa 2. So, i-divide natin sila pareho sa 2. Equals, 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4 over 50 divided by 2 is equal to 25. So, ang probability natin is equal to 4 over 25 or 4 of 25. So, ito na yung sagot natin sa ating question number 3 na what is the experimental probability of picking a red strip. Ang step 4 natin is check and look back. So, i-check mo yung solution mo kung tama ba yung ginawa mo. I-check mo ang data kung tama ba yung mga data na nakuha mo. That's all for today's video, guys. Sana may natutunan kayo kung paano tayo mag-solve ng routine at non-routine problems involving experimental probability. So, paulit-ulit lang tayo sa ating steps kapag routine at non-routine problems yung pinag-uusapan natin. See you on our next lesson. Bye!